Hi tappers. We recently had a community member who was confused about why is EFT so negative? Why is it something where you're just claiming and so heavy right away? And I love addressing this because that's how I felt at first too. I was brought up to think very, very positively. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's some beautiful things that come from that. But when there is a situation where negativity does exist, where difficulty exists, where there's truths that aren't being spoken because you're denying that so that you can look at it in a positive light, that's when it becomes an issue. And that's what EFT addresses. It's really important when you're tapping on something that you tap from where you are rather than where you want to be. An example of that would be, say I had an argument with someone and I really want to reconnect with them, but I think what they did was childish and stupid, and I really didn't get to say everything I wanted to about it. I kind of held back, and I resent that, that I didn't get to really let out all of my emotion with it. If I go to tap on it and I say, oh, yes, there was this argument, but it's in the past, and I really want to move on to the future, and forgiveness is divine, and I'm capable of forgiveness, and it feels so good to just invite love into my heart for this person that I truly do love. And none of those statements are necessarily false, but they're not addressing what it is that you truly want to release. Therefore, bringing in the negative side, which is truly just a side of you that wants expression, right? If we release the judgment, then emotions are negative. And that it's simply telling us something if we're angry, if we're scared, if we're jealous, if we're resentful, even if we feel like it's an absolute ridiculous thing to feel, that's when our brains are able to go, oh, okay. Yeah, that thing that we're talking about now, oh yeah, now I can see it in a different way. But if we don't ever address it, that can never happen. So a way of addressing it, if going with my example of the argument, would be, I had this argument with this person that I really love, and I genuinely want to reconnect with them. But oh my gosh, they were so stupid, and they were so immature, and the things that they said were so hurtful, and it just doesn't make any sense in my mind. And I held back because I was being the bigger person, because I was trying to be responsible, because I didn't want us to reach the point where we ended up at anyway. And you know what? Maybe it's just not even possible to have a relationship with this person because that's how they're always going to be. Maybe they don't really care to have an actual relationship with me. And it's only because I was willing to take their hits that we were even as close as we were. And that begins to let out all of those things that are in there because you'll feel them if they feel true. Once you start to ferret out what feels true, that's when you can start to tap and switch and see what is true. One more example on this. So let's say we're still going down this rabbit hole, and now I'm questioning if this person even truly cares about me, right? Well, I wonder, did I ever feel that before this relationship? Was there another person in my life that made me feel this way? Oh yes, aha. Back in first grade, my best friend became new best friends with the new girl that came to school, and I felt completely discarded. And only on the days when the new girl wasn't there would my old best friend pay any attention to me, and I felt completely used and blah, 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 blah. Release those emotions. Then you go back and check on your other one. Oh, okay, well, no, now I can see, okay, this person, yes, they have things that they need to work on in their life, but I don't think they have anything to do with me as much as I felt before. Now I think it's just a struggle with communication, and I can see how I'm trying to fix that for them, and that's causing issues in our relationship. So yeah, okay. And if I still feel like there are things that I wanted to get out and say that I don't necessarily really want to say to them, but emotions I want to express, I can picture them here with me, and then I can say anything I want. And they don't ever have to hear it in real life. That I'm able to release my emotions that are getting in the way of my relationship with them if we don't address the negative. So EFT is a beautiful tool for the whole spectrum of emotion. It's for the most positive thing that you can conjure and for the most negative thing that you harbor in fear and that you wish you didn't have. All of those are beneficial to tap on. I hope this helps. I'll see you soon.